Franklin tries to drive inside, gets away from his man and dunks it with two hands.
The way I describe Armaan, quiet, he's kind of shy until you get to know him, but he's not afraid of the moment. He takes big shots, he makes big shots.
Nice spin move, puts it up, got it, and a foul.
He's one of the hardest workers on our team, and he's reaping the benefits right now.
Gets a three-pointer on the way, hits! Big basket for Armaan Franklin.
Last year on the court, I feel like my game wasn't at the level it was now. Being a freshman, you come in, you don't know where you fit in. My confidence plummeted at a certain level this season where I wasn't playing as much.
Armaan, he drives it back right, throws it down low, and it's stripped away again, and another turnover by Indiana.
Being so guard heavy that year, he had to take the back burner. Honestly, I feel like that made him work even harder, especially over the off season.
This season versus last, big change. Getting a lot more minutes. I'm on the ball more, being able to create more for my teammates, getting tougher assignments on the defensive end.
He has it picked away from Armaan Franklin, who drives it back the other way. Armaan lays it up with the left hand and scores.
Over the season, and just as he continued to work, his confidence just kept growing and growing, and then exploded into the player we know and see now.
The Iowa game in Bloomington, it was a weird one for me.
Unbelievable. Indiana's got a chance here, clock running down.
I started off 1 for 9 in the game. I was kind of down on myself, but Coach Roberts told me before I went back in for like the final 4 minutes, he was like, just sit over here and visualize yourself hitting big shots. Coaches had confidence in me and my teammates had confidence in me, and he gives me the ball in that moment.
Armaan will take it, drives it left side, pulls up, he will fire it up there and hit! Armaan Franklin banks home a big shot, Indiana by 2!
I don't know if I would have been able to make that shot last season. I don't even know if I wanted to take that shot last season. Not even gonna lie, but this is a whole new season, and I felt like I was ready for the challenge. I really want the ball in those clutch moments.
I know what it is. Armaan. Hi, Mama.
Hey, it's the Indy crew right here.
Armaan, he's a mama's boy for sure.
My mom, love her to death. She sacrificed so much for me and my brothers growing up. She played a big role in my recruitment. When I first wasn't getting recruited as heavy, probably my freshman and sophomore year, she would reach out to schools and try to create recruiting profiles. Once we did start to get recruited around my junior year, she would have a book full of questions that she wanted to ask, and she would take notes, and she was real diligent in her notes so that when it was time to make a decision, we could go back and look at all the notes and see weigh our options were.
He was my baby, so I watched him not only physically and emotionally and mentally mature right before my eyes. He went to school as this little kid, and then that summer he came back, and I'm like, his body's all toned up and muscular, and I'm like, what did they do to you?
During quarantine, I went home for about a week, and I hadn't worked out. One day I was like, hey, Ma, we need to go buy a rim.
Okay, sure.
So we split the cost of the rim. We bought it that day, set it up, and by the next morning, I was out there shooting on it.
We were new to the neighborhood. Cars would go by, they'd honk and go Hoosiers, and when they figured out, who he was and played basketball at IU, and he wasn't just out there as some high school kid.
Not everybody had gym access over quarantine and things like that, so just being able to try to get like an edge up on people by buying your own hoop, and paid a lot of dividends for me, and just getting the extra jump on people.
It was a pivotal point for him to get up and be like, yep, I can't get to a gym, I can't do that. All these things that I can't do, here are the things that I can do. Here are the things that I want to do to make sure that I'm ready, next season. And so I applauded him on all of it.
My mom, it's kind of like a best friend thing. Our bond is stronger than ever. We laugh and joke all day. That's just my everything.